Well, hello. All right, I think that's me. Welcome everybody to another Tuesday night Principal Kyra broadcast from DE and Band of Brothers. We appreciate you being here as always. I've been doing this for quite a while now, and kind of fitting. We're getting up here on almost 2 weeks. I think 2 weeks from Thursday is DE Sarasota. Possibly the last Sarasota. We'll see. So just kind of, we just looked at the weather. It looks like it's going to be gorgeous too. So hopefully, if you haven't made plans yet, get your plans. The main hotel, the Hyatt, is sold out, but there it is. There's the flyer for it, 21st to the 24th, Hyatt Regency. We tried to get overflow hotels, but there really isn't any that want to give big discounts. So if you can't get in the Hyatt Regency, then just find a close hotel around the corner to stay at. So, all right. Well, this week we got a guy from right there, which is kind of nice. He was, I know, Dr. Steve Judson's daughter, Kylie's chiropractor, and I think Brad Glowacki's daughter's chiropractor. They're going to Tampa, and probably still is. Could still be their chiropractor. I don't know, but that's awesome. Stepped up and taken care of them. But he's from Tampa, and just a great guy, great chiropractor, husband, wife. Wife's a kick-ass person as well. So just like all of us behind, most of us have very powerful women behind them. But I'm looking forward to hearing what he has to say. So Dr. Jason Cherry from Tampa, Florida this week. Take it away for me, buddy. Thanks for doing this. We appreciate you.
DE family, how's it going, guys? So I'm honored and grateful to be here, to be on this call. I'm stoked about DE coming up April 21st, the 24th. I got my Clearwater shirt on. Whoever made these shirts, I love them. I rock it all the time. So hopefully we get some more for Sarasota. But yeah, I'm just super excited for DE. And yeah, if you guys haven't been there, I just want to just really encourage you just to come check out DE. See what it's all about. Just come feel the love in the room. It's just a special place that's been that's just a group of people who just love chiropractic and love the principle and just want to love on people and just elevate at a higher level. So I'm stoked about it, and I've been thinking a lot about like what I wanted to talk about tonight and just where I'm going to go with this. And in our lives right now, we have so many amazing things happening. I'm having a blast with my son. He's 7. He's playing baseball, and he's just getting better every day. And it's just so much fun to just work with him and coach him and just watch him. And it's just biggest blessing. And we got so many things going on in our life right now with my wife and just myself and what's going on, and just so many good things that we've been kind of like dreaming about and just praying about for such a long time, and now we're getting to see it happen. And so it's just really grateful and humbling, and really it's all because of we're just living through just DE principles, and it's just everything we learn at DE and just going back and going back and going back. It's been years now, and it's just like we always say it, every DE is just better than the next. And to me, it's really because we get to know more people, and we get to know people better. And we just get to hear people's story, and then we just peel off the layers and we hear more. And it's been fun, Brian, with you just watching your kids grow up, and your daughter's in chiropractic school, and her boyfriend just is about to start chiropractic school. It makes me so happy to see that, and just over the years, just hearing the stories about your family, and it inspires me and makes me want to be a better man, better husband. And yeah, DE is just so inspiring. So many amazing people at DE. So if you haven't been, just please come check it out. It's in Sarasota. I was texting or messaging on Facebook Paulette Mejia today. She's flying in from Greece. So if she's flying in from Greece, you guys can get here from anywhere, man. So it's in Sarasota. It's beautiful. I'm in Tampa, about an hour down the road, and it's perfect weather. Gonna have some time at the pool, and it's gonna be great. So I'm stoked about DE. So just show up and stay in the room. And yeah, to me, DE is like I show up to DE. It's not really to be a better chiropractor, honestly. It's really just to be a better person, because like I said, there's just so many amazing people in that room. and so many people that have been through everything, walking through life and going through things exactly that I'm going through right now. And so, yeah, I just look around the room, like I was saying, like if I want to be a better dad, there's certain people I'll go talk to. Right now, I'm just kind of following the Judsons and looking at them and how they're raising their children and the decisions that they're making, and just seeing Brian and his wife. And it's like being a better husband. Like I look to him, and I never told him that, but I mean, just seeing how he does things with his wife, and and then if I want to choose, this is a corny joke, but if I want to get a better suit jacket, I look at my boy Brian Moriarty across the state there with all his fancy little jackets he has. So D's got a little something for everybody. Um, but yeah, so just getting going at DE. I'm really looking forward to some really cool things coming up for the next DE. To me, I've been visualizing something specifically for Sarasota DE for a long time, since my first time coming to DE, and it's going to happen this Sarasota, and I'm going to get to do it with Chase Dice, so he knows what that is, and it's just so many things that we've talked about with so many different DE chiropractors, and they're starting to come to life and be real and happen, and I'm so grateful for it, and it's all because of DE. And I wrote a few names down. Jamie Gillespie, I got to get checked by you. I can't wait to see you, your energy, and just listen to you on the stage these last few years, and just your energy, and your daughter, just Lily, just touched my heart last TE. I was sitting in the back of the room, just kind of mind my own business, and I had my hand up on the chair next to me, and I'm just hanging out watching the speaker by myself, and your daughter just came up and sat right beside me in that chair, and my arm was there, and she just kind of snuggled in, and next thing you know, I had my arm around your daughter, and it was a moment that just kind of opened up my heart, and it was this unexpected, and she just kind of looked me in my eyes, and my heart just melted. I have a son, I don't have a daughter, and it was one of those special moments that D provides, and it's cool to get to hear people talk all day and to hear everyone's story. But there's so many just magical moments that happen at DE that like you can't anticipate it happening. It just happens, and yeah, that was a special moment for me. So I just can't wait to get back to DE. I got to get checked by you. I've been waiting 3 months for it. David Sarnoff, I just miss you. Can't wait to see you, brother. So just had to say that. But getting into everything, I just was thinking about like what can I talk about, and then so many things were going through my head, and I just got back just to give, love, serve, and then we can't forget about the second part, and that's without any expectation of anything in return. And so, to me, we've had some the last 2 days. We've had some really awesome practice members, some new patients come in, and two kind of stuck out in my mind. And the first one was uh, was not your ideal patient, I guess you could say. So she came in, she um, she was asking a million questions before she came in. So my girls at the front desk already knew, like, all right, heads up, this is what's going on. And it's like, you just gotta love on these people. And so we already knew kind of what to expect. And she came into the office. The appointment was actually for her daughter, who's like 10 years old and is going through all these issues. And so she came into the office, and the mom was a little bit more than what we expected, I guess you could say. And so she was screaming at the front desk. She showed up late, and she had a time crunch, and she was afraid that we weren't going to get her out in the time that we told her we would. So she's going off on the front desk, and I had to step in because my girls have my back all the time, and so I had to step in. So I just kind of took it and took a deep breath, and I didn't know what to say. And honestly, if it wasn't for her daughter, I hate to say this, but I might have just told her we weren't the right place for her. But in the back of my head, I knew that her daughter's 10 years old, and her daughter needs us. And the mom's probably frustrated. I'm sure she's subluxated, and she just wants answers. And I knew that I had to put all of that aside, and that we had to figure out what's going on to help her daughter. And so basically, we had a great visit after that, but we got her out when we needed to, and I'm looking forward to taking care of her. But yeah, so we had one of those people yesterday. And then we had another guy yesterday, who's just amazing guy who's been under chiropractic care in the past, and just knows that needs to be under chiropractic care, and he's going to go on like his dream golf vacation in like 3 weeks from now at Pebble Beach. And so one of the coolest things that I love about chiropractic is we just get to hear so many people's life stories, and we just get to be a little bit of a part of that life story just to make their life a little bit better. And I love that part. I love sitting down with people and just hearing why they're coming to our office. And so I always sit down at the end and I always look them in the eye and I just say, look, I just want to know that what we're doing is going to be working for you. And so I'd like to just set up some goals. So what are some things that you could do better if you didn't have to deal with whatever complaint you have going on? And it's cool just to hear them rattle off things. And then the rest of the time they're in the office, I'm focusing on those things. So our goal is to really get 5 goals out of each patient that aren't pain based. And then the rest of the time they're in the office, I could have fun talking about those goals. And so yeah, we had 2 different patients come in, and then it got me thinking of just giving, loving, and serving, and what that really means to me. And just honestly, a lot of people always question give, love, serve without any expectation of anything in return. You hear other people in chiropractic like question that, like, what does it mean? Is it about money? And honestly, I don't even really know exactly what it means. So, Brian, Paula, if you're listening, just if we could connect it next DE, and I just really want to know, like, what did Dr. Sid, what did he really mean by that? I've become a DE forever, and I don't even know if I know the answer, but I just want to talk about what it means to me. So to me, really, it just means that, like, just love on people. Like, it doesn't matter what they expect, what they deserve. It doesn't matter what you feel like doing. Just at the end of the day, no matter what, in every situation that you're in, if you know that you just gave the most that you possibly could, if you know that you just loved on people as much as you possibly can, if you know that you just served all day and you just served your heart out, to me, that's what it means. It's just giving your best in every single situation. And it doesn't matter what the outcome is. All that matters is you know that you gave as much as you could give, you loved as much as you could love, and you just served as much as you can serve. And so yeah, so it's like with the woman that came in with her daughter, it's like I had to take a deep breath, and it's like, all right, like I had to ask myself, like I literally think about all you DE chiropractors, like she was going off on us, and we didn't do anything wrong, and I'll be with the first one to admit when we did, but she was just going off on us, and I took a deep breath, and honestly, I thought about Paula Hedgelon, and I'm like, what would she say right now? Like, how would she love on this woman? Because I want to throw her out of the office, and I don't throw people out of the office, but I was like, I can't deal with this. So I literally think about Paula, and I'm like, how can I love on her better? And think about lots of you guys. I think about Chase Dice when I'm setting goals. He calls me all the time, and he's like, I got this goal, I got that goal, I'm gonna do that. And when I'm writing my goals down, I think about Chase. When I want to think about how I could be the best possible person that I could be and be at an elite level every day, I think about David Sarnoff. And it was fun. We got to see him a few weeks ago. He came to be the ring announcer in Tampa for a UFC event. And it was so cool just seeing him in his environment. And he's just the example of like doing everything with excellence. And so we got there. He was in his black tux, and he asked me to bring him tea, some warm tea and some honey. And so we go in through security, and had to go through the metal detector, and they had to like take out all your stuff out of your pockets. You know, when you ever go into a stadium, all that. So I'm holding this cup of tea, and the dude's looking at me like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Look, man, I know you're not going to believe the story, but it's for the ring announcer. He's my buddy, blah, blah, blah." And so they had to get security, and they escorted me over to Sarnoff. And I gave him his tea, and he's got this big, giant smile on his face. And sitting right next to him was Riddick Bowe, the boxer, the man back in the day. So Riddick Bowe starts talking to me. David's talking to him. And and then I gave David a big hug, and I leave, and he looks at me, he smiles, and he shows the bottom side of his shoe, like on the ground. And he's got the red bottoms on. I don't know what they are, Louis Vuittons, or I don't know, one of those brands. But he just does everything he does with excellence. And there's so many people that I didn't name that I just think about that are DE chiropractors every single day in every single situation that I encounter. And I think, what would they do? Because I don't know, because sometimes I just want to go nuts and go crazy and go off on someone. And it's like, I can't do that. But so and so would do this. So I love DE for so many reasons, but you guys all inspire me and make me a better person. And that's one of the greatest things that I love about DE. And so one of my old basketball coaches, I played basketball at Rutgers, so I had a fun last few weeks. Luckily, well, not unluckily, Rutgers lost in the first four, so I was bummed about that. But honestly, it saved me a lot of time and a lot of energy and watching TV that I shouldn't be doing. So it was all good. But I had a lot of fun paying attention to the NCAA tournament the last month or so. But one of my old basketball coaches at Rutgers, every day he'd tell us. He had a saying. He'd say, "What you do in the dark comes out in the light." And so going back to giving, loving, and serving without any expectation of anything in return, it's like that's what it's all about. My mom always said to me when I was little, she'd always say, "God knows when you're lying," and so it's like even though no one's watching, you got to do the right thing. And it's like we got to give, we got to love, we got to serve. And we don't know what to do. We just got to give, love, and serve, and that'll answer all the questions. And that'll just give us, even if you don't know the answer, that'll just buy us time for the answer just to be figured out. There's not always, we don't always have the answer, but if you just keep giving and loving and serving through it, the answer's going to come. And and yeah, so that kind of just, I guess it brings me to the adjustment, right? And so I was thinking just giving and loving and serving through the adjustment. Um, we had a awesome, um, one of the miracle things happened in our office last week. It was really cool because it was one of our pastor's wives, and she had a breech baby, and she came in, and second adjustment, the baby turned over. And I was thinking about that because it's just that's my favorite thing ever in the office is when we have pregnant moms and they have a breech baby and their babies roll over and they get the best chance they can have at having a natural childbirth. And it's just so amazing for the mom and the baby to get that just great start in the beginning of life. And so that's just to me, that's like the most special thing that could ever happen in practice is getting a breech baby to roll over. And it blows me away every time. It's just the coolest thing. It's amazing to just be a small part of that story of that mom's birth story, and to just have chiropractic come in and kind of like save the day at the last hour when they're 30 plus weeks pregnant and you get that baby to roll. It's the coolest, most amazing thing ever to me. And I was so grateful that it happened to our pastor's wife. And so it's like when I go to adjust her and when I go to adjust a lot of people, just start praying and going back to those targets and goals that we get on day one. I just start asking the Lord to just take over and allow me to be that empty vessel and deliver the perfect adjustment at the right time in the right place, and just clear out their nervous system, and then just asking God to do the rest, and just asking God for to turn that baby, because it's not me, because I have zero control when those babies turn. It's like I'm just asking God to turn that baby. I'll do Webster's. I'll follow the steps, and God just turn that baby. And and it's so cool they don't know it, right? They don't know. They just think I'm doing my thing. But to get to pray over my pastor's wife who has a breech baby, and then to see the baby roll two adjustments in is just, it's a miracle. And it's so cool. And it's like when you're adjusting, how are you giving, loving, and serving when you're adjusting? And to me, it's like just talking to the Lord and just connecting with that person and just praying over them. And yeah, and it makes it fun. And it's amazing to just see miracles that happen every single day. And it's amazing to be around you guys and hear the things that you guys are doing. Perry, who was a girl that came to our office a few years ago after she graduated from the University of Tampa. She's at Life Now, and she just went on her first mission trip just this past week. She just texted me last night and just told me how amazing it was in the Dominican Republic, and just life changing experience. And it's so amazing that we get to experience that every single day, and how special it really is. And I think sometimes I forget it, but hearing her talk about how amazing her week was, and what she got to experience, and we get to experience it every day. So it's a blessing to be a chiropractor, and it's an even bigger blessing to be a part of DE. And I just appreciate you guys. I love you guys. You guys make me a better person. You make me a better husband, a better dad, and so I appreciate you guys. And yeah, we've got 3 weeks to go. So finish strong. We got 3 more weeks. Just give love, serve all day long. Bringing it back to basketball, I always, when I'm tired, one of the things I do is, I didn't realize this when it was happening, but looking back at it now, we had a clock right above one of our baskets that we would practice on at our court. And so just say the time. And we started practice at 3 o'clock every day in the afternoon, and we ended it at like 6 or 6:30. And so I was a walk on, and so I walked on at Rutgers Big East basketball program, and so it was really cool. It was my dream, and it was the greatest experience to get to sit on the bench for 4 years. And I thought I wanted to be a college basketball coach, and God had bigger plans, and so now I'm a chiropractor. And but I remember this clock just sitting above the basket, and when you're walk on, you're kind of like you just get beat up all practice. The coaches don't care about you. You're kind of like a practice dummy, and we're running other teams' plays over and over and over, and we're expected to learn each team that we're playing, which you play 1, 2, 3 games a week. We had to learn the other team's plays in an hour and run through those plays, and then we were told which player on the other team we were going to be, and we basically had to mimic that player. And so we would just get destroyed, get beat up, get in fights, get broken bones. Practice was crazy. So practice was hard, so that when we played in the games were easy. But I remember just looking at that clock and just waiting for it to count down to hit 6:30. And so when I'm serving and I might not have anything left in the tank, one thing I always look back to is just that clock. So that's kind of like my grounder, my reminder that like you could get through this, and you have more to give. So we got 3 more weeks to DE. So I just want to challenge you, just give everything you have, love on as many people as you possibly can, and just serve your heart out without any expectation of anything in return. And I love you guys, and I can't wait to see you in Sarasota in 3 weeks. So love you guys. Appreciate you. Thanks for being on here. And yeah, thanks, guys.
Well, that was awesome.
Awesome. Thanks, bro.
We were just sitting here, me and Ray were just sitting here eating dinner and listening to it, and just she was actually saying just how what a humble servant and loving guy you were, and I think that's a pretty good pretty good synopsis of it. So, man, I appreciate what you're doing.
I appreciate it.
I can't wait to give you a hug in a couple of weeks. And
You too.
once again, man, we love and appreciate you. Thanks so much for doing this for us.
Thanks, brother. Love you guys too. Can't wait to see you guys.
We'll see everybody next week. I don't know who it is. I don't remember, but it'll be somebody good. And then we got DE coming up right after that. So have a great week. We'll talk to you soon. My ICA people, some of you I'll see in Spartanburg and Sherman on Thursday. So we'll see you guys. Take care.
See you guys.
Bye.